I was looking at an old forum post from back in 2023 the other day. It was this frantic thread titled How to Get Rich Quick with ChatGPT. It felt like looking at a time capsule from the Wild West. People were selling PDF guides on prompt engineering for $50 a pop.
Oh, the prompt engineering era. I remember it well. It was the digital equivalent of selling shovels during a gold rush. But here we are, looking ahead to 2026, and the landscape has completely shifted. If you're trying to sell basic prompts today, you're not just late to the party has moved to a different city.
Exactly. And that's what I want to dig into today. We're talking about making money with AI in the context of 2026. The novelty has worn off. The tools are infrastructure now, like electricity or the internet. So, the big question is, with the hype cycle flattened, where is the actual value hiding? Are there really 15 ways to do this anymore? Or has it all consolidated into just one way? Be smarter than the machine?
It's a bit of both. The list of opportunities hasn't shrunk. It's actually exploded. But the barrier to entry has risen. You can't just be a user anymore. You have to be an architect. In 2026, making money with AI falls into three big buckets: the builders, the curators, and the hybrids.
I like that categorization. Let's start with the builders. I assume we aren't talking about building the next GPT-6 because that requires billions of dollars.
Right. Leave the foundational models to the tech giants. For the individual or small business in 2026, building means micro SaaS. By now, coding assistants are so advanced that the gap between having an idea and deploying an app is almost non-existent. You don't need to know Python syntax perfectly. You need to understand logic and user experience. We're seeing one-person companies building niche tools like an AI specifically for knitting pattern generation or a compliance checker for local dental clinics, and generating massive recurring revenue.
So the one-person unicorn theory is finally real?
It is. The overhead is gone. You used to need a CTO, a designer, and a marketing lead. Now you have a suite of agents. You are the conductor. The AI is the orchestra. If you have deep domain knowledge in a boring industry, say HVAC repair logistics, and you build a custom AI wrapper for that, you win.
That brings up an interesting point about boring industries. I feel like everyone wants to make AI art or music, but isn't the real money in the unsexy stuff?
100%. That's actually a huge part of the second bucket, the curators. Look, by 2026, the internet is flooded with AI-generated noise. Generic content is worthless. The value has shifted to proprietary data.
Explain that. How do I monetize data?
Okay, imagine you're a lawyer. A generic AI knows the law, but a fine-tuned AI trained specifically on your firm's successful case files from the last 20 years, that is a product. We're seeing professionals licensing their personal methodologies. You feed your lifetime of work into a secure local model, and then you lease access to that model. You're essentially cloning your brain and selling subscriptions to it.
That's fascinating, but also a little terrifying. You're selling your intuition.
You are. But think about the scale. It allows a consultant who used to charge by the hour to charge for access. It decouples time from money, which is the holy grail of wealth.
But what about the creative fields? We talked about video and design. In 2023, artists were panicked. In 2026, is there any money left in creative work?
Surprisingly, yes. But the role has changed. This is the hybrid bucket. The market for good enough images or copy has collapsed. AI does that for free. But the market for immersive experiences has skyrocketed. We're talking about AI-generated video games, personalized movies, and VR environments. The money isn't in drawing the picture, it's in directing the scene. The creators making bank in 2026 are the ones who can chain tools together using Midjourney for style, Sora for motion, and 11 Labs for voice to create a cohesive product. They aren't illustrators, they are world builders.
So the skill isn't the brushstroke, it's the vision.
Precisely. And let's not ignore the human premium. This is a paradoxical way to make money with AI by not using it, or at least by selling the fact that you aren't using it.
You mean artisanal intelligence?
Exactly, handcrafted. As AI content becomes infinite and cheap, authentic human connection becomes a luxury good. We're seeing a resurgence in live events, physical workshops, and handwritten newsletters. If you use AI to handle your logistics, scheduling, and research, you free up time to be more human with your high-ticket clients. That's a massive leverage point.
That makes sense. Use the robot to do the robot work so you can do the human work. But I want to circle back to something a bit more technical. What about the AI auditing space? I've heard that's becoming a massive industry.
Oh, it's huge. Think about it. Companies are deploying these agents to talk to customers, manage finances, and write code. What happens when the agent goes rogue, or hallucinates a discount, or breaks a privacy law?
Liability.
Massive liability. So, there is a whole new sector of AI compliance and auditing. These are people who test models for bias, security flaws, and hallucinations before they go live. It's like being a safety inspector for a nuclear plant, but for software. If you have a background in ethics, law, or cybersecurity, this is a goldmine. You're selling insurance against chaos.
It seems like the common thread here is specialization. The generalist AI guy is dead. You need to be the AI guy for real estate or the AI guy for supply chains.
Spot on! The Hello World phase is over. We are in the integration phase. And frankly, there's another darker, or let's say more grey hat area that's generating cash. The content farms too.
I was wondering if you'd bring that up. The automated YouTube channels?
It's evolved beyond just YouTube. We're seeing fully automated media empires, niche news sites, educational platforms, streaming channels entirely run by agents. They scrape trending topics, write the scripts, generate the video, and publish it. The owners just manage the analytics. It's printing money, but it's a constant cat and mouse game with platform algorithms. It's profitable, but it's high risk.
It sounds exhausting, honestly. Fighting the algorithm every day.
It is. That's why I prefer the service integration route. Look at small businesses, the local bakery, the dentist, the mechanic. They know AI exists, they know they should use it, but they have zero time to figure it out.
So, the agency model?
The implementation agency model. You don't just sell them software. You go in, you set up their automated booking bot, their inventory predictor, their automated email marketing, and you charge a setup fee plus a monthly maintenance retainer. You are the IT guy of the 2020s, but instead of fixing printers, you're fixing workflows.
That feels very sustainable. It's not flashy, but it solves a real pain point.
And it's recession-proof. Once a business relies on that automation to function, they can't fire you. You become part of their nervous system.
Let's zoom out a bit. We've covered building apps, licensing data, creative direction, compliance, and implementation services. Is there a mindset shift required for 2026? Because in 2023, the mindset was magic button.
The mindset shift is from replacement to augmentation. The people losing money are the ones trying to use AI to do nothing. The people making money are using AI to do more. It's about leverage. Archimedes said, "Give me a lever long enough and I shall move the world." AI is the lever, but you still have to push.
And you have to know where to place the fulcrum.
Beautifully put. If you apply that leverage to a bad product or a bad idea, you just accelerate your failure. You can scale a bad business to zero very quickly with AI.
That's a sobering thought. Fail faster than ever before.
But you can also iterate faster. That's the key. In 2026, the cost of trying an idea is near zero. If you have an idea for a newsletter, a tool, or a store, you can launch it in a weekend for $10. That means you can take more shots on goal. The winners in this economy are the ones with high resilience and high curiosity.
So, if you had to pick just one path, if you were starting from scratch today with no audience and no capital, what would you do?
Hmm, I'd go the smart curator route. I would pick a niche that is complex and high value, let's say sustainable architecture regulations. I would use AI to digest every new law, paper, and trend every single day, and I would curate that into a high-level briefing for professionals in that field. I'd use the AI to do the reading, but I'd use my judgment to do the filtering. You become the signal in the noise. People will always pay for clarity.
Clarity as a service. I love that. It seems that as technology gets more complex, simplicity becomes the ultimate product.
It always has been. AI just raises the stakes.
We're coming to the end here, and I think we've painted a pretty comprehensive picture. It's not about finding a glitch in the system to exploit. It's about building real infrastructure, offering real services, and leveraging the speed of these tools.
Absolutely. The easy money is gone, but the big money is just sitting there, waiting for people who are willing to do the actual work of integration.
It's funny, we spent decades worrying that AI would make humans obsolete. But hearing you talk, it sounds like it makes human judgment more valuable than ever.
That's the irony. The machine can generate a million answers, but it still takes a human to ask the right question. And in 2026, the person with the best questions takes home the biggest paycheck.
A perfect place to leave it. The tools change, but the value of curiosity remains constant. Thanks for breaking this down with me.
My pleasure. Time to go build something.